Willkommen bei Dadandsons, da ein Podcast gegenüberseits von einem schlechten YouTuber. Ich bin George Wiedemann, mein Co-Moderator sind Liam Edwards und Matt Visual. Was sind deine Worte? Was sind deine Sonne? Du entscheidest.
Wait, were you actually speaking German?
Yeah, believe it or not, I looked up the usual Dad and Sons podcast introduction gimmick to Google Translate to try to make things a little more cultured, you know, a little more worldly around the office here.
And we just lost like 50 German listeners thanks to that.
I want to hear their if you're I don't know if you did it right, I guess.
I'm sure that the intentions were good enough to make it any horrible butchering of this beautiful language okay, because it's all an educational opportunity, really. I'm just trying to, you know, like teach the kids some words.
We going international. Like
Vater and Sonhe.
We going international.
Or is it Son?
International.
International.
I don't. So what do you do when it's an O with an umlaut on top? When it's one of those things? It kind of looks like a little surprise smiley face, you know, like two little dot eyes and then a wide open mouth.
More looks like that's what that looks like. Scuff his face with some pizza. Just like,
hell yeah!
It's gonna fill his face.
I was also
umlaut is such a cool word. Umlaut.
So Dad and Sons would be Vater und Sonhe. Wait, no, it's got to be plural. And let's see how German does plural. Google.
Google Sensei, please.
We're the Papa and Sonhe podcast.
I want to know how long George stayed up last night practicing that, Matt. How long do you reckon?
Oh man, that's probably why he got off last night from VR. He was just like,
"Oh, I got off from VR. What? How do you know that?"
What you're into, George. We all know what you're into.
Well, that too. Yes. We all know, George. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know if PSVR gives you those capabilities, because
no, you have to
price
copy
for the Oculus or the Vive.
You have to copy it onto a USB and install the Little Store media player app and transcode and reformat all your videos into 1080p with which looks awful. Well, it doesn't look awful, but sometimes the little skin pores don't show up.
It's already censored by the time you get because of the compression. Having sex with a blob.
The whole thing is just like The Sims going to the bathroom.
Porn it is, you know, there could be like just a big old wang getting ready to.
Just an extreme close up of like Bob Newby taking a shit.
Oh, that's good.
So, speaking of VR,
welcome.
No, Willkommen. Willkommen. What do you... Okay, so because a W sounds like a V, right? Right? That's like a rule, right?
We're not the experts on this. Like,
I'm not even the experts on this, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure Wiedemann in proper ancestral German pronunciation is Wiedemann. And that causes me
we
to...
are the man. We are the men.
Not just any man, the Wiedemann. Wiedemann, go! Okay, no. We were speaking of VR, right?
Yeah.
As we so often do here on the Papa and Sonhe's. Wait, hang on. What's Google Translate say? Podcast is just podcast in German. I learned a new German word today. Podcast. Cool.
Papa and Sonhe's.
Sonhe's.
For all your special news about VR. Are you typing what VR is in German? Is that what's virtual reality in German, George?
Virtuell Realitat. That's probably not how it's. Hang on, let me get the lady to say it. Virtuelle Realität.
That sounds kind of Italian.
But that's just the
European.
Google lady probably screwing everything up. Oh god, there's an umlaut in there. Oh no, what do you do with there's an A with an umlaut on it?
Oh my god. What This is the train wreck is happening too soon.
Okay, so speaking of
we
VR,
have to recover from last week's episode as well. Jesus Christ.
I know. Jeez.
okay, Matt, let's give him the tale of adventure because you and I we went on a journey yesterday.
Yes, we did.
Liam, I know that you love to talk shit about the fake reality headset waggle wands that Matt and I love so much. But Matt and I had a blast.
Let me stop you there. Why is it that I get cast out just because I'm not part of the VR club in your little Atlanta pad that you've got going on, the secret society of VR nuts that I'm not even allowed to be included in? Why do I, same as Mario Odyssey, why do I get cast out to be like the evil one of the Papa and Shun podcast? Why am I the evil one? Why am the Führer? Why?
Because you don't think Mario Odyssey's too easy.
George, just sending your little army of bunny hop fans after me for shitting on VR.
That is all.
What?
Too
I don't
true.
do that.
So tell me about this mystical journey you went on in your flipping Playboy mansion.
Yeah,
Matt, you're on my side, right?
Well, about the VR, yes.
Wait, but not anything else?
About here? I don't know what we're talking about here. Well, the VR, we played Rec Room last night with a guy. I guess you could say his handle.
Let's call him Atomic. Let's call him Atomic.
No bomb. Just
was it pancake or waffle? There was a dessert, a breakfast pastry involved. Yeah, he was Atomic.
Pastry?
What's what's something that sounds like his name but is a little off that he would know?
I almost did my taxes. So
yeah, down in the state of Texas.
So
where
we played games with Texas last night.
No, there was a fan on Twitter who recommended me Rec Room a long time ago. And Rec Room is a free-to-play VR game that is actually pretty popular. You might have heard of it. It's kind of a minigame collection, a free-to-play minigame collection where you play minigames with friends in VR and earn coins that get you cosmetics. And they don't have any microtransactions in there yet. They're calling the whole thing a beta, and it's really good for a free-to-play game. Especially because VR just makes everything into a fun novelty. There's your usual like racquetball, ping pong, VR mini games, as well as MMO raid-esque quests.
Yeah.
Where you have to go through a shooting gallery with cumbersome VR guns that you like crank and like reload with your controllers with your hands, and it feels really good. And that's like the whole saving grace of the whole thing, is that just every action feels really good. We did a medieval fantasy quest. That was the one we actually managed to complete. They got like a cyberpunk themed one and a pirate themed one, and we managed.
Wait, George. I don't think Liam is here.
Speaking of VR, actually, Korea had a lot of VR places. I don't want to bust in on your Rec Room thing, but there was like no traditional type of like arcades. If it was like a VR type place.
I think one of those is opening up in Atlanta as well, and I think that's what the entire HTC Vive Pro option is actually for. But we might get into that during the news section. There's a new like $800 version of it that all has some bullshit accessories that are not worth the price for normal people, but maybe for businesses.
It's $800 for just the headset.
Oh yeah,
just
Jesus Christ,
the headset.
Which means that the total package is over $1,000. While PSVR, which can be enjoyed in the living room, the privacy of your own home with a headset that is up to spec of the competitors, is now a small and paltry, easily purchasable for, I'm sure, all the normal people of the world, $300 United States dollars.
Yeah, you could get the Oculus for like $350. You can get the Oculus Go for about $200 when that comes out. That's a standalone one that you could just put on and play games on.
Does it have like a Android cell phone type interface built in?
Yeah. I haven't seen how they're gonna load the games on. Like it seems weird because you can play like Dragonfront, was just like a full 3D like card game, and I don't understand. They're not like, releasing a lot of information about it, about how that actually works. I mean, that's a lot there. Like how much space is on that thing for $200? You only get one.
That's
you only
really
get one
good.
like, controller though.
I mean, maybe the gimmick is that they're just trying to get that in your house so that you spend lots more on software. Like, maybe they're basically doing the game console model where they undercut the price of the hardware so that they can overcharge you for the software. Or not, let me reiterate, make their money back on software sales.
It's $200. I mean,
that's pretty good.
Spend more on that on the Windows mixed reality, which is pretty much obsolete now. Now the Oculus is so cheap. I mean,
that makes it competitive with low-end video game consoles these days. Like, you can get a Switch for more than that.
Yeah. It's getting there. It's slowly getting there. Sooner or later, Liam, you're gonna get one from the quarter machine at Publix.
You're gonna get one from the 100 yen store.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is
gosh,
like
a VR headset.
Now what's gonna happen is like all the Papa and Shun fans are they're panicking because we've spoken about VR 3 episodes in a row, and then eventually, almost definitely, when I get one, there'll be like another string of like 3 episodes of non-stop VR talk.
And I will love every second of this because
of course you will.
Jeez Louise, like we played for 3 hours last night in Rec Room with this fan who was wonderful, by the way.
Yeah.
And time just flew. I did not know 3 hours went. And one really cool dynamic of this is that because there's like actual physical activity involved, there's monsters where you'd have to like bat away projectile orbs that they shoot at you, like your spoiler alert fighting one of the final bosses in a Zelda game. And the action feels really good. Like you were playing tennis with your arm with a giant projectile orb of magic that a bad guy is trying to hat trick between your friends. Like the boss's tactics at the end had me like glancing left and right to see where this ball I would have to bat away was coming.
Yeah.
And the controller just gives you like a nice little haptic rumble whenever you manage to slap it. And I was doing like heroic poses in between strikes. And after the boss fight, you sit down around a like little campfire circle with your friends and just talk it out because everyone's a little tired and needs a break, and it's so cute.
Yeah, you're actually sitting down with people. Like I was a little bit tired. Everybody went for something to drink, and I just kind of sat down on the floor.
And your headset flipped upside down, so your character flipped upside down.
It's so I don't know, and we have to mention that he took the teleporting out, so you can walk if you want to, and that changed the game.
Way better.
Like it's a drastic change from not having the teleport. And I used to get sick from this stuff.
I didn't get sick from it.
And yeah, you had a better tolerance than I did. I used to get sick from pretty much everything. The car games.
I got sick from Minecraft,
and now
though.
I just don't get sick anymore.
RE7 still does it to me after like an hour, but I turned on the turning silhouette, and that makes it way better. And you don't notice the turning silhouette in front of your face as drastically as you notice it on the little rectangle on the wall. It's really weird how different things look from a 360-degree view that you're immersed in versus the little rectangle on the wall. Some things become more noticeable, some things become less noticeable, and it's kind of inconsistent regarding like what is and isn't noticeable. Like weird animation glitches pop out really jarringly, but a little silhouette around the corner of the screen when you're turning it at high intensities are easily ignorable.
Yeah, it's when Onward came out. That's kind of like a while ago now. That was during that phase where I'm like, okay, like finally a game that you can move forward in. Because on the podcast I was like, I think I've upgraded from teleporting because it's starting to get old and it's slow. You still have that mini game feel, you know, and people don't want to spend. Well, now it's like $300 still. Don't want to spend $300 on
mini games
for mini games. No one wants to do that. This is, you know, it is definitely not Wii Sports, but it's still mini games. And Onward is like a full simulator where you run. You know, there's no teleporting. Like, why would you want to teleport? That actually breaks the game because you'll be able to teleport and get behind a guy and stuff like that. I guess once we finally get through that hump, and he was even saying this, like maybe like the younger generation is not going to have any sickness. We're actually going to have some like better games, like, I don't know, years from now.
Yeah, I believe it. And because you could tell how different it played once we used the like traditional locomotion. So usually you throw out a teleporter with a button. There's about a 1.5 second cooldown between throws. So the idea is that you shoot your opponents between their teleports, and that it's jarring and weird, and your accuracy is not going to be great. You can fuck with people really easily with it in the PvP modes. And in the PvE modes that we were playing, it was just disorienting, having to like keep a hand pointed to the side while my gun was pointed forward. Whereas with the traditional locomotion, you wave your hand and hold a button down in the direction you want your character to move, because the PS Move controllers have no analog sticks. In the new patents that Sony filed, they're going to try to be making a new VR controller with an actual analog stick built in, but I believe the HTC Vive doesn't have a stick either. The Oculus ones do, though, right?
Yes, we have 6 on both.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Yeah. We have everything. We have 2 triggers, 2 sticks, 2 buttons.
Oh, you got everything.
Yeah. It's everything. Like, everything you need. It feels comfortable. Like, those are... The Oculus ones are pretty much the best controllers, I would say. Headset, that's a different story, but best controllers. Liam, if you're not understanding, like in Rec Room, there's these. It's like a quest. Like, all right, imagine not a mini game, but a room that you have to, like, where mobs spawn, and you have to keep going through this high school with like a theme. Sometimes it's sci-fi, sometimes it's fantasy, depending on what quest you pick. Sometimes it's pirates, where you have to parry and attack like skeletons and stuff like that. And you have to go through each room. And it gets what we tend to call it the Dark Souls of VR.
Oh God, don't do that.
Because when you die, your coins drop on the spot you die at, and you gotta go get them back when you try again.
Okay, that's pretty Dark Souls-esque.
It's a long quest. Like you gotta play, I think it was like an hour for some of those quests, right? An hour or more.
Yeah, to fully do it. That's how we added up to 3 whole hours, is because we kept attempting them.
See, I'm watching the trailer for it, and it does look like you guys constantly feel like I'm not sold on VR, and I am. I am sold on VR, and I want it. I want to experience it. It's just I can't buy it. It's not at the price point yet where I can afford to just be like, hey, I want to piss around with this for like a few hours.
Like get space in your.
And to be real, I wonder if it's ever going to catch on in Japan because of the space limitations. I really couldn't get mine working reliably.
The PSVR is still completely sold out. Like, I don't know in terms of the Oculus and
that's
the
really
Vive,
surprising to me because it's so cramped over there.
Yeah, but the PSVR is probably the one that requires the least amount of room, and obviously PC gaming.
In my
is still
case, even like
very a big
even
thing
my apartment wasn't big enough for it.
George, you should buy the new PSVR and send me your old one. Then all the problems are solved.
Yeah,
we should have
then we can play Rec Room.
Yeah, we should have a Papa and Sean. Is that how we say it? Papa and Sean's poll, and whether they agree or not.
Finally settle the argument. But if you do get a headset, we have to like get together immediately, because talking to strangers on the internet in VR is way different as well, because of the body language involved. It feels rude not to look at people while they're talking at you.
Yeah.
I know, in the studio, in the Papa and Sean studio, we're always looking at each other. So, of course.
Our mouths are automatically synced to the sounds coming through our microphones. So somehow Rec Room is able to, it tries to detect your tone of voice. If there's sarcasm, your character makes a sarcastic face. Like your character automatically smiles or frowns depending on what the system thinks your speech is or something. I'm just guessing here because I saw Atomic French Toast's face do some very, very funny things that just like enhanced the humor. And it's so good.
I'll make a believer out of you, George. Just you wait. I remember a year ago you were, oh my gosh, you were Liam. You're Liam, constantly talking trash.
Well, it was a lot more expensive a year ago.
Oh my God. I swear to God.
Liam, I'm messing with you.
I swear to God. I'm just going to have to fucking buy one. Eat nothing but like half a
bricks
slice of bread a day to survive. Ugh.
Speaking of VR.
When are we not?
Dad and Sons podcast coming to a VR unit near you soon.
So Liam, though, I'm legit interested in what you have to say about Korea and the gaming culture in Southern Korea.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I played no games for a whole week because I was in Korea. And although I didn't really do any gaming in Korea, I did sort of get to understand a little bit about what's happening in Korea. Obviously, Korea is huge in terms of esports around the world. That goes without saying. Like League of Legends is dominated by Korean teams. StarCraft for a long time was huge and all that kind of thing. But in terms of like actual gaming, like there are quite a few like PC bongs, like, you know, the PC cafes. I didn't see too many of them. I was in like Gangnam, like in Seoul's kind of like, I guess like it's Beverly Hills. I don't know how to describe it. Like it's kind of.
We've all heard the song.
Yeah, we all know the song, but the area is like the rich part of Seoul, so it's kind of like
worth bragging about in a song.
Lots of handsome and beautiful people walking around, socializing, but they were all playing like mobile games, all of them. On the subways,
so
everywhere.
When you're on the train, do you see all the cell phones open to gacha games like in Japan, or is it a different kind of
games? That's the thing. I didn't notice that many gacha games. I noticed like MOBAs.
Ooh.
And like kind of like MMO based games.
A little more competitive.
Like, that's the thing is like a lot of it was like online competitive stuff, and it was different to Japan. Like everyone knows, like in Japan, everyone plays mobile games. Most of them are gacha games or like puzzle games or something like that. You know, tap a few times a day, spin a wheel, get a prize, then, you know, you're done for the day kind of thing. But these are like MOBAs. Like people are playing like phone MOBAs on the trains and stuff like that.
How does that work?
I have no idea, but it seems to be quite popular. Obviously, Korea has like this whole industry of MOBAs and MMOs that have been going on for years. You know, sometimes it creeps into the Western news with, you know, games like, what's it called? Black Desert Rose or whatever it is. The one that has that
Black
insane...
Desert Online.
Yeah, the one that has that insane like character creator and looks amazing, that runs on like no one's computer because it's so powerful. But in terms of like the actual like game, so everyone's like playing games, and like even old people. It's very similar to Japan, but on top of that, in Japan, like still like what we would quote traditional gaming, like the big three and PC gaming and stuff like that, like AAA games or indie games. In Japan, that still takes like large precedent. Obviously, Nintendo, Capcom, and all the big companies over here advertise everywhere. But there was like none of that in Korea. Like zero.
No advertising?
I didn't even see like a game store. I didn't see anything. Like there was like in terms of like traditional gaming, I just didn't see any of it. Like no advertising. Like the closest it came to was seeing like Ready Player One and seeing like, I think there was like Tracer was in the background or something. But in terms of like the traditional kinds of games, I didn't even really see anything like Overwatch or League of Legends when I was walking around. But there were so many advertisements for video games, but they were all Korean MMO MOBA games. Like huge posters on the subways for games like, one was called like Eternal Light, and it had like a Korean model, and then he was like walking with two fake VR type female characters. It was super weird. And there was another one called, you know, Ragnarok Online. That like
yeah.
MMO.
Yeah, that's
an old one.
ancient.
There's like a
Yeah.
I think there's like a MMO phone spin-off that was super popular, and they were advertising like a special update to the game that had like a couples related experience. Like
I
couples would
did
play it together.
Not
'Cause
know that
Korea's
Ragnarok
like a
Online was
super-
Korean.
I don't know, but
Just
it
looked
was
that up.
yeah, and it had like because Korea's like super coupley. Completely different to Japan in that regard. There's just couples everywhere. So there's like
Is
all these
PDA a thing over there?
yeah, hugely.
Because it's not in Japan.
Very different to Japan. Very, very different. But yeah, just like in terms of like gaming, there was so much of it, but it was just so weird to not see like what we would normally see, or it was like its own little world where it was all these Korean MMO and MOBA games that aren't really played outside of Korea, and there was just huge advertisements for them everywhere, and everyone was playing them. It was really weird.
I
kinda cool.
kind of like hearing that they have a really strong industry going that caters specifically to their tastes. That sounds sustainable.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what it is. Like Korea is obviously super competitive in terms of when it comes to gaming. Like you have all these esports, and Korea dominates like all of them. Like they dominate League of Legends, they dominate StarCraft. They're pretty good at Hearthstone. You know, they dominate Overwatch as well. And obviously that is like a side of gaming in Korea where a lot just like Japan, they see it as like a problem. Like people spend like up to 16 hours a day in like PC buttons.
Yeah, isn't that where people die from
yeah, like there are some
being in the
crazy
cafe
stories,
too
but
long?
China's very similar to that. But in terms of like casual gaming, like you know what we would consider like people playing Mario, or people like chilling out with their Switch or playing some Call of Duty on the PS4. In Korea, that seems to be like a little less. Like it's not within the mainstream there. I'm obviously only going off the basis that I was in Korea for a week, but I was taking notes as I was going around. But I didn't see any video game stores, like traditional video game stores that had, you know, like Xbox games or PS4 games. I didn't see any. And I was in Seoul. I was
like
in the capital.
China too. I was told by
Yeah.
Chinese fans that even though gaming is huge, internet cafes are huge, it's all digital stores. Almost all. There's like some bootleg shops you can still find, but most official legal video gaming going on is a download from the internet, not a brick and mortar purchase.
That's the thing. So all these people are just playing games on their phones or their tablets, just MOBAs, like competitive. They're getting like the competitive once that is quite popular in Korea, and they're just getting it through their phones and stuff. And I was kind of actually like wanting to download some of the games and try them out, but I didn't get a chance to because I very sparsely had Wi-Fi while I was in Korea. So but yeah, it was quite unique. And in terms of like Korea itself, like Seoul is such an amazing city. Yeah, it was really good fun, but definitely a little strange when it came to video gaming. I wonder if anyone who listens to this does live in Korea would tell me any different, because especially if you're Western, like, can you easily get hold of like a PlayStation 4 or something like that, or a Switch? I'm not really sure. I just didn't see it anywhere.
Do you think space limitations might be a factor in terms of which video games get popular and which don't, like in Japan?
In terms of like advertising space or like apartment space?
Apartment space.
No, because Japan is Japan. Japan's apartments, from what I can see, are as small or even smaller than Korean apartments. So I don't know if that's a factor. I think it's just for a long time, Korea wasn't part of video gaming's space, was it? You know, sales numbers in Korea and stuff like that were very low for video games, like traditional AAA games from the West. And even though they had Japan right next door, a lot of games, got to Korea like really late.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Like
Korea
Nintendo
was
games.
like the first country to really turn esports into a big industry.
Yeah, because esports
Like, they
gaming is
were-
kind of different, though, isn't it? It is like its own thing. It's not like traditional gaming. It's this weird competitive sport that takes on a gaming facade almost. It is different. So I'm not surprised that Korea is also like at the forefront for all these weird MMOs and MOBA games that just
and over
being
like
played
my
in Korea.
whole lifetime, Korean MMOs have been a constant present force influencing the genre. Like we were just talking about Ragnarok Online, which was from 2002, and that I had no clue it was a Korean MMO. I knew NCSoft was a Korean company, and they were like pushing out Guild War. There was a weird one they published in the mid 2000s that was a car combat MMO. You see NCSoft and other Korean MMO companies like actually take a lot of risks and evolve the genre more than I think people give them credit for, and that's always been around. Their StarCraft esports scene is ancient, but you don't hear about like single player console gaming happening a lot over there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, and I mean, there probably is. There almost definitely is, because, you know, when I worked at Rockstar, we had a Korean localization team. So there definitely is. I'm just thinking it's not as prominent, especially considering I was in the capital city and I went to many districts, you know, especially like popular touristy places and like shopping districts, and I just didn't see any video game stores whatsoever. Like, even electronic stores didn't have video games in them and stuff. Like, it was unique. That's for sure.
That's so weird. I would find it weird to see that, because in the States you still got good brick and mortar. It's nothing compared to Japan, though. I mean, Amazon has taken over everything over here. The stores are like trying to come up with gimmicks, events that they can use to compete with online retail.
Well, that may be
but
another
it
thing.
Seems
like,
doomed.
Well, that might be another thing. In Korea, like, digital downloads might be more prominent, because Korea is definitely way ahead of Japan in terms of like using digital things. They use like digital card-based stuff for everything: subways, buses, purchases. You know, going to cafes. Like, everything is like card-based compared to Japan's like cash-based society. So it wouldn't surprise me if, you know, like, digital marketplaces are huge in Korea.
And Japan is still a few steps ahead of the West in that. You can't go to a vending machine and buy snacks with your Subway card in the States.
Yeah, Japan has its own unique card systems, but they are really annoying and frustrating, as you can only use them for certain things. Whereas it's like, just let me use my credit card or my debit card. Come on, Japan.
No, they want you to use your Passmo.
Yeah, you have to use your Passmo or something, and then when your Passmo runs out, you have to use cash to charge the Passmo.
I loved the Passmo. Like, granted, I didn't have to deal with what it's like getting a Japanese credit card, but that Passmo card, that was good fun.
Yeah,
I still have it in my wallet.
The novelty wears off. But yeah.
So, Matt, did you play anything other than Rec Room this week?
Yes. I played some more Ni No Kuni. I'm well into it now. I gotta say, okay, so...
Uh-oh.
All right. The side quests do get better for some reason. They actually have some story to them later on. I don't know why the first round of side quests are just bad.
Because that's what JRPGs have steadily become. Bad side quest grinders.
Yeah, but why get better after the first part? Wouldn't you want people to stay?
I know, right? Like, it's almost like Mario Odyssey.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I can hear how red you are.
I'm actually waiting to hear what Matt has to think about Ni No Kuni, because I really need to play it, but I've been super lazy and not even turned it on yet.
When I say it gets better, it doesn't mean it gets good. It just gets better. Now, in every chapter of the game, there's always something that's just like that little bit of Ghibli magic. They're like, oh, that's cute. that's good. That's good. I like that. You know, every chapter, there's always that one thing. But like the rest of it is just kind of okay, you know? It does help when they explain stuff properly and they kind of are self-aware. It is charming. But I gotta say, it's going on the mediocre side, you know, where it's because it's just a bunch of filler. I feel like where are the days when I could put in a Final Fantasy and just get straight up story? Like, where are the days of that? You know, instead of the side quests, bull, man. Why do I have to sit here and do side quests to get a better experience of the game? Like, why do I have to do that? Why
Side
do I have
quests
to
ruined
do the
Nier for me.
unnecessary, just like grind crap?
Is it? So what I've heard is that the sort of side quests are a little mediocre, but they pay off in the whole kingdom building aspect. Like
it does feel good. My kingdom is like upgraded. When I mean upgraded, I'm on level 3 and the highest is level 4, and I have like 60 something subjects. The highest right now you get like 100 citizens. Each citizen gives you like a certain skill that you can use to upgrade certain buildings that give you certain buffs, like the certain armor you can wear, better weapons, better art, like stuff for your army, better like attacks that you can do with your army when you're doing the skirmish mode, better level ups, better like green drops, which gives you health during like battles, like little things like that spread out. And then of course you have the mining and farming and fish market that gives you just a bunch of gathering like of items every time you come back to the kingdom. So you can just leave your console or your computer on and gather all these items while you clean the house or something like that. And you could keep collecting that and then upgrading stuff and keep getting more money. That stuff is fun. It's fun, but like I don't know. I don't know like how I feel like this is what I look at Ni No Kuni. I was like, this is not a bad game by any stretch of imagination, but I feel like this is what it's come to. This is what's considered okay now. You know, like
like it's like a bad thing.
It's sad. It's kind of sad. I don't know. I feel sad that I'm like, I think that it's okay. I feel sad about that because the games that I used to play back then, when it didn't have to be this way, it didn't have to be this long, drawn out thing. I had a better experience. You know, where every, around the corner, there was another story. There was something else going on. You know, you didn't have to go to the Golden Saucer in the Final Fantasy games. You didn't have to do that.
You sound a lot like me.
You didn't have to go back and build your kingdom.
So they get in the way too much, right? You can't. So like some RPGs, like The Witcher and stuff like that, you can just do the story if you want, and then ignore everything else. Whereas Ni No Kuni, you have to do it. Because that's like how you're making it sound. Like you're making like
no, it's not that. It's just that the story is kind of watered down too, and it's kind of like the side quests as well. I feel like the story is filling itself too. It's not just the side quests I'm talking about. It's the story too. I feel like they're making it longer on purpose or something. There's little things where it's like, oh, we have to teach you this mechanic. We're just gonna make it just a little boring. There's a point to it. There's some story there though. The way they do it is good, but I feel like it's all kind of mediocre. It's not like you're not gonna go away from the game and say, man, that was amazing. Like Ni No Kuni was like innovative. Like it's not that game. It's not that game. It's kind of like you're kind of enjoying the experience. It's kind of relaxing. You're just playing a very charming kiddie game, the Chuck E. Cheese game. That's kind of the gist of it. Okay. There's gonna be problems with the game. You're probably gonna look past it because it's cute, and yeah, it's sad. It's sad in the end of the day. It's sad. It's like I'm enjoying this, but I don't think I should be enjoying this. It's kind of like Ready Player One. It's literally like kind of like Ready Player One. It's like I'm enjoying Ready Player One, but this is a garbage ass movie. I mean, this is
Did you
garbage.
see it?
But god damn, that chase scene, that car scene. Oh my god, Steven, you're doing it.
He's doing it?
Yeah, it's just too much.
Wait, did you see it?
He's doing it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I saw it, man. I saw it, and all right, I have something to confess because I know our friend last night was dogging on it. I was like,
Yeah, we had our campfire chat around it last night, and I remember different words.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I read the book years ago, so I don't remember every little detail. I remember.
Me too. I didn't like the book at all.
Me neither. Oh, Will Wheaton made. I tried the Audible book, and Will Wheaton just made the characters sound even more unlikable. Unfortunately. Wade Watts.
They changed from the book. It's not the book. Especially like the beginning of the movie. You're like, okay, wow, this looks great. You know, they're showing how VR works and everything all in one shot. Like it was a good introduction, and like the way the first I guess test, if you ever listen to the book or whatever like that, is something totally different. It's not joust. It's like a car scene, and it's beautiful. I mean, it looks amazing, but the way they solve it, and the whole point of just a car race it kind of didn't work as well. Like I don't know. It's like, oh, it's a race, and then the way they solve it, it was so stupid. It's like he's. Like whoever did this movie was out of touch with how people. Like,
you mean Steven Spielberg?
Have you ever watched a speed run? Have you ever watched people glitch a game? You of course they're gonna solve it. Like, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but it is stupid. It is dumb. It is the worst thing you can think of. Like you did this in Gran Turismo, okay? On the PlayStation constantly to mess with your friends. Like everyone would have done this. Wait a second.
Does his opponent look at his screen in VR?
No. No. Should I?
Yeah. I'm because I don't plan on seeing it. Guys, Liam, do you plan on seeing it?
Close your ears for about whoever doesn't want to get it spoiled.
Okay, because I'm here for you.
No one's really gonna care. He drives backwards, and that's how he wins it.
That doesn't work in video games.
What?
You can't do that in maybe you can't even do that in Garfield Kart.
You can't even do that in Gran Turismo on PlayStation 1. Like, it just tells you to turn around. You're going the wrong way. Every racing video game from PlayStation onwards has done that.
I'm pretty sure they were accounting for that before.
And why? Because you do it. You do it and you figure that out.
It's the first thing every kid tries.
Everyone should have done it within the 5 years that this game has been out to win the Easter egg in the Ready Player One. Now, like I said, I enjoyed this movie because I turned my brain off and it looked really good. I have a confession to make. I like garbage teen book movies. I like The Maze Runner. I like Hunger Games. I like Twilight.
You see, I'm garbage. Out. I hate that shit. It's the same reason I don't like Life is Strange. I can't deal with cringeworthy writing. And this is what I'm worried about with Ready Player One. Not only for the other reasons that I didn't like the book as well, because I kind of do want to watch it. And I've heard a lot of people say, it's actually all right. So I'm going to watch it. But I can't, the one thing I can't deal with, let alone the breaking of the logic of racing backwards or whatever, right? I can't deal with cringeworthy dialogue. Teenage cringeworthy dialogue. Please, Matt. Please tell me it at least doesn't have that.
You will cringe very heavily on certain parts. I mean, you will cave into yourself like a black hole, and you just
high gravity activated. We turn into the gravity up in the hyperbolic time chamber.
I hate it. It's the same reason I didn't like Life is Strange at all. It's just I can't deal with cringeworthy teenage dialogue. It's there. So forced and so unrealistic and just so gross.
And you see me talk smack so many times, but for some reason I am okay with teeny garbage movies. I don't know why it is. I don't know.
Oh, I bet you'll love A Stitch in Time.
If it looks cool and it's in a cool place, I'll watch it. Most of the time, of course, I watch it on DVD. I was expecting Ready Player One to be good enough for me. I mean, because it's Steven, right? Steven,
yeah, that's why I was giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Steven?
Steven Spielberg has turned okay books into good movies before, and he's been in touch with the kids before, like 30 going 40 years ago.
Touch,
no, but considering what he was dealing with, considering the book, and we've all read the book,
yeah.
right?
What?
So, considering the book, literally, could he have done anything else? Like, it's obviously turned out not that garbage because it's doing all right.
I actually stopped the book halfway through.
It's so good. It looks so good.
That's the thing, is like, could he have done anything other than fill it full of references, make it like a teenage like action film, and be a little cheesy? Like,
it's cyberpunk. They totally could have
done better. Is just not touch it. I don't think it could have been good. There is no universe where it could have been good.
Look. It's like, ladies. If we have any ladies watching, it's like you see that guy. He has the muscles. He got the thighs. He got the ass. But as soon as you talk to him, he's just like, no. That's you. No, that's exactly what this movie is. I'm sorry. Maybe maybe I'm being too mean.
Can he cook?
He can string some sentences.
Can he clean? Can he cook and can he clean and? Does he at least say please and thank you and?
He says please and thank you.
That's it.
He says please. He says please and thank you, and that's it. All right. I'll send you some fast things. There's some things are just too convenient. People being in the right places, even though there shouldn't be. Some people should be in Japan. Some people should be. Anyways, the book is just. The movie kind of brings everything together and shoves it all in one movie.
Which I'm okay with. As I said, like, I'm okay with that because they could have done the, we're going to make a 2-movie series about this, and, the first half will reach this climax, and then the second half will be. You see, they could have done that, and that would have been worse.
Yeah, the thing is, like, because the characters didn't get enough time, so there's no character development for some of the characters, and when you reach the end, you're kind of wondering, like, wait, why did he do this? I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, everything leading up to this point, that makes no sense that he would be smiling at this. Like, and then like there's like some reveal at the end with one of the side, like one of the biggest kind of characters that are on the side, I guess you can say, that was really tied to the plot. And you're like, wait a minute, what? He did not do that throughout the whole movie. Like, all right, I can't reveal anything. If you've watched the movie, I'm talking about the library and the character that's there, okay? If you understand if I say that to you. You'll understand, okay? If you guys watch it, you're going to be like, oh, no.
Okay. It doesn't come out in Japan for like another 20 days. So
don't get your hopes up.
No, I'm not. But like this month is like, you got this, you got Avengers, you got, what's the other film I wanted to watch? Oh, the Pacific Rim film, the new one. And Isle of Dogs. I want to watch that as well. So like this month is pretty crazy. So it's like the more I hear Matt groan about it, the less I want to watch it in the cinema.
Yeah, you might want to wait for DVD. But I mean,
you said it looks really good
flashing
though.
Lights. If you like flashing lights, dude, you might enjoy yourself. I'm not gonna lie.
Does it have good sounds? Like cinema is all about good sound for me.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You can
good sound and good visuals.
Do the flashy lights at home. Okay. Okay.
Like it's like listening to some of those some music. Just blank out the words.
They're just like nonsense meant to sound in tune with the instruments.
Yeah, like pop music,
like a Smash Mouth song.
Like Ready Player One is pop music. That's what it is. It's what's popular right now. Just dumb movies that look good. Okay, the Transformers. This is what Ready Player One is. It is a pop movie. That's a perfect description. Because most people are not going to think about all these things. Most people are going to be like, oh, you know what? That was fun. You know, like they're not going to think about all it's broken, you know? It's broken. It's ridiculous. Just before we move on, Netflix no chill. Another thing you shouldn't watch is The Titan. That you should not even look at. Okay? If you see the trailer on your Netflix, just click it off. Okay? Don't get. It's not Martian Manhunter. It's not any of that. It's garbage. It is. What is lower than garbage, George? What is lower than
the little
garbage?
sticky like gunk that garbage turns into when it gets left in the dumpster for the summer?
Yeah.
Oh, my summer job in high school. Like, I was sent home one day because I smelled too bad because they wanted me to clean the dumpster for some reason, and I found out what was below garbage that day. And it's not pretty, you guys.
I would have rather watch anything else. Anything else, or not watch anything, just look at my wall for a minute and 30 minutes. Then freaking what? It's that bad. It's that bad. Like, you end the movie and you're like, this makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Wait, what's this thing called?
Not like Matthew no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
I gotta see it now. What's it called?
The Titan.
The Titan. Got it.
Oh my God. You have to watch it with friends.
Yes,
and,
I will.
And be drunk.
I will.
Because it is garbage.
This sounds like my jam.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's got Sam Worthington in it. God, I thought that guy just disappeared.
I
thought he just disappeared.
He's going to disappear now. He's falling into obscurity right as we speak.
I thought he just like died. He just fell off the face of the planet. What was it? What was that like Greek mythology film he was in? Clash of Titans. Ah, speaking of,
this is just the one Titan though.
And
does it have like Greek mythology in it?
No.
Damn it.
And the girl from Orange is the New Black is in there, and she's pretty good she's a pretty good actor. And she didn't read the script. Don't mess up your career on this. God.
Speaking of Netflix no chill, and speaking of pretty decent sci-fi, although I'm still unsure as to how I feel about it, I watched Annihilation.
Oh man, I want to see that. I should have saw that.
I can't believe you spent your time watching this shit
and
not
love
watching
Ex Machina. Like, oh
then
my God.
why have you not watched it yet? You're the Netflix guy.
Wait. It's on Netflix. It's not on Netflix.
Oh yeah. It's not if you're in America.
Oh my God, you shoving your Japan privilege.
I forgot about that.
What?
Yeah, no. Annihilation's deal was that in America it came out in cinemas first. And then the rest of the world, right now, I don't know if it's every Netflix, but the major Netflix places where it's not going to come out on cinema, it came out on the same day on Netflix.
No way.
Yes.
There's a way that I can make my computer look like I'm from Japan. So maybe.
Oh my God! Speaking of, I was looking at The Guardian. I was looking at their most recent reviews, and like about 12 of their most recent reviews are all Netflix original series, and all of them have 1 stars.
What happened?
What the fuck is wrong with like Netflix?
They used to be good, right?
It's watered
Awful.
down now. It's watered down now. They used to be so good. Netflix has destroyed their name. It doesn't even mean anything anymore.
What about Castlevania?
Original series.
I mean, that still has people happy, right? Isn't there more
Castlevania
coming?
is pretty good, yeah. But Annihilation as well. Annihilation, right? Annihilation is made by, what's his name? Alex something. The guy who did Ex Machina. And Ex Machina is a really good film.
Yes, it is.
I really liked Ex Machina. Oscar Isaac, or whatever his name is, he's great. And the guy who plays Hux in Star Wars as well, he's pretty great.
Alex Garland.
Alex Garland, yeah. And that was a really good film. So Annihilation, I was looking forward to it, and it's kind of like, it's the sci-fi horror type thriller. It like definitely goes for
Oh my god.
horror.
Sorry, the renovators are drilling on my walls right now. This stuff drives me insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this is awful. Anyways, I'm gonna try as I might to edit this out. You go on, Liam.
Okay, so while George is being drilled,
Oh yeah.
Annihilation, made by Alex Garland, the guy who did Ex Machina. It's a good film. It's a good film. But
Uh-oh.
it's a little boring.
Uh-oh.
Whereas Ex Machina, you're constantly under suspense because
Yeah.
you don't really know what's going to happen. Everything, like, there is an unease to Ex Machina. You are constantly freaked out by not only, like, Oscar Isaac's character, but also, like, the girl android herself and whether she's, like, good or bad or, like, a victim or manipulating things. And although the payoff in Ex Machina is kind of predictable and kind of not in any way, I don't know, strange, it's still a really good movie. And Annihilation goes similar to that, but it reveals way too much too early about what the thing that is happening is, that you kind of lose the suspense a little bit. Like, you kind of just then follow along with Natalie Portman's character to find out what the source of it is. Like, you find out kind of what is happening to everything, and it's very beautiful and unique and definitely not something I've really heard of. Like, it's all based around DNA. And then you have, like, the last part of the film, which is almost entirely silent. Like, there's, like, the last, like, 15 minutes of the film is, like, almost entirely silent. And just, like, beautiful shots of, like, Natalie Portman walking around to this certain destination, and then the story sort of reaches its climax. And although the ending is a bit, isn't she something like that? It's kind of like you blew your load too early, kind of thing. And I was a little less invested as I was with Ex Machina by the end, and it kind of got a little boring because the suspense was lost. But it's a good movie, and it's worth watching. It's definitely worth watching if you can watch it now on Netflix, but if you have to go to the cinema, maybe the cinematography is quite beautiful, but I don't know whether I would recommend paying to go watch it in the cinema. But yeah, if you're lucky enough to live in a different country that isn't America, you should watch it on Netflix instead of The Titan.
Yes.
And with that, we're going to go to a break.
Why leave anything on your front lawn, under your porch, on the side of the highway where you can store all that stuff my way, down here at Jones Big-Ass Truck Rental and Car Storage? Now, I know y'all got stuff at your house that you don't need no more, you don't want. You know you ain't gonna use that printer. Why keep it all around your house? Bring it down here to my house. You ain't the Dukes of Hazzard. You know you ain't gonna use that ugly yellow luggage. You don't need all this crap. What you gonna do with this? This is not, in my yard. I don't care. I'll store this motorcycle in that van for you for $10.99 a month. You got old tires. They charge you $3 for that old tire. You can rent a truck. You can store a car. They don't care. Bring it on down here. You ain't got to put that old tire for $3. For less than that. Hell, for you, for $3 they gonna charge you. I do it down here for $1.50 down here at Jones Big-Ass Truck Rental and Storage Facility. Now, friends, you may ask yourself, how in the hell can he store this stuff for such a cheap price? Put this in a box, mark it for you, put it away, seal it. The fact of the matter is, I'm pretty drunk right now, and store it. And this is a drunk discount sale down here at Jones Big-Ass Truck Rental and Car Facility. You got an elephant, I got space. Send me smoke signals. You got weed, and I'll store anything you want. Go ahead and give me a call or find me on them internets at www.jonesbigasstruckrentalstorage.com. That's JONES Big-Ass Truck Rentals and Storage.com. This is a bus. You know how big a bus is?
Hey, welcome back to the Dad and Sons podcast. Unfortunately, Matt's new weird roommate left his vibrator collection on.
Oh.
So, I apologize for all the construction noises. There's hard men working in here, so to speak. I'm just gonna take a back seat for the next few minutes while you guys handle things.
George, that's something I told you in confidence.
Jesus Christ, George. No wonder we banished him away.
Yeah.
George, you deal with the vibrating. Me and Matt will talk about April Fools.
Okay. I know
fooled
nothing.
you all.
I
George
didn't see any of these. So great. Me and you, Liam, together.
Matt, if I'm honest, neither did I. George put this together, but it's all a big April Fool's joke because the whole time George was a drill all along. He wasn't
vibrating.
He wasn't a real boy. He was a drill, and unfortunately today he can't turn himself off. So, Matt, let's fucking do this. It's our show now.
It
ain't
started
Dan and
shaky,
Sons
but
anymore.
man, did you bring it home. You brought it home, Liam. Jesus Christ.
This ain't the Bunny Hop podcast no longer. This is the Matt and Liam and weird roommate
Vibration
corner.
So
yeah. Well, anyway, speaking of April Fools, Matt, we have some we have the incredible tradition in the video games industry of dicking people over with April Fools jokes. I quote jokes because usually they're really shit. But we have some pretty decent ones, some pretty good ones. And one of the first ones that we have down here is a Java, George spelled Java, which is brilliant. We have a Java edition textures of Minecraft finally perfected. And basically what it is, I think as far as I can gather, is that they pretended to make new graphics for Minecraft that look real shit.
yeah, I like it. Old garbage, new and improved, awful trash, basically real, bad for eyes, reason for eyes. The before and after shots have these taglines on them. Apps obsolete, the future. And it's like not much of a difference there. It's, oh my God.
So
The color changes
to
in some of these.
it's basically the same graphics, just like, you know, that Instagram filter where it just super details everything, like it like brings out every wrinkle of your orificing face and stuff like that. Like it's basically that for
sharpness.
Minecraft. Yeah, sharpening. That's it. You'll know all about that. You're a filmmaker.
Right, that's me making them filmmaker bucks
what
over
the technical term is. But in this special April Fool's no longer Bunny Hop podcast episode feature, we're gonna have a unique rating scale of terrible or would purchase, because a lot of these are products. And to give his final verdict, we're gonna bring back in our lovely drill.
Yeah.
George.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with this.
George, Mr. Drill, would you purchase or not purchase a brand new Java Edition texture pack for Minecraft?
No.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Should we just wait for George to run out of batteries?
Oh, I don't know. That could be a while. That your roommate's pretty horny. The second April Fools we have here is CD Projekt Red, our lovely friends in Poland who make wonderful games like
Our
The Witcher
personal
and
friends.
The Witcher
Yes.
2. Yeah, our very personal friends. We talk to them every day.
I actually
They're currently
got one
looking.
of them, okay?
Oh man, the name dropping. I can't.
Oh, look at that! George is
I
becoming
love you,
me.
Johan.
Get out of here, George. Get out of here, George. Turn yourself off. Stop being so turned on by VR, and then maybe you'd calm down a little bit. But they're looking for a brand new. They're looking to employ a brand new designer of game environments. And now the D in designer is bold and capitalized. The O in off is boldened. The G at the beginning of game is capitalized and boldened. And in environments, the E is capitalized and bold. Now, if you are a clever boy, or if you're a good boy,
Ooh, good boy.
CD Projekt Red is looking for an experienced designer of game environments to shake paws with. You will be responsible for digging up bugs, fetching missing code, and sniffing up plot holes. We are seeking for a gifted canine with a positive attitude, able to balance tasks on their nose. You'll be working closely with a small team on a quest. You can finally catch your own tail. Basically, they're looking for what is it? The abbreviation of this is a doge. A doge. They're looking for a good boy. Please include a portfolio of your top 5 tricks. Do you reckon this is something you could apply for?
I'm applying
Matt?
right now, actually.
Are you a good boy?
I am a good boy. Anything. I will do anything.
Really? Can you tell us what would be your... You are looking for a change.
I am looking for a change. We were just talking about this on podcast.
All you have to do is apply now at icandoit@cdprojectred.com. So if you are of the canine variety, please go ahead and apply. Matt, can you tell us what would be your top 5 tricks?
Well... Oh, God. The first things that come to mind are pretty bad. So we're not going to do those. My top 5...
CD Projekt Red might want
What's this again?
CD Projekt Red might want
Oh, really?
them,
Oh, are they listening?
Wow. Well, they're going to pay you in belly rubs. So that's a good
belly
start.
rubs?
Yeah, belly rubs. They're going to pay you in belly
teasing.
rubs.
That's just the first part. Don't tease. Go down a little bit more.
Ooh. And you have the chance to try and catch your own tail in a diverse and multicultural environment. So I imagine you're going to have like beagles and like Jack Russells and golden retrievers and all the different races are going to be there. It's super multicultural. This is amazing.
Diversity.
So let's bring in our drill. Let's bring the future of diversity. Let's bring back in our drill. We're all about diversity here on the Dad and Sons podcast. We have 2 humans and 1 drill. Let's bring the drill back in.
All right, I think I'm here. Oh,
no! So, Mr. Drill, who is not a dog, would you apply for a position as a designer of game environments at CD Projekt Red or
yes!
Dog? Cool, thanks. Bye-bye. Okay, moving on. We have Remedy Entertainment. You know those guys responsible for Alan Wake and what's that Xbox One exclusive?
Max Payne 4.
No. The what's the Quantum Break?
Oh,
that was it. That was really popular, wasn't it? That was like super like the next big hit. Yeah, cool. Anyway, Quantum Break are turning into a coffee company. And they have the very handsome Mr. Sam Lake, or the face of Max Payne, as you all might know. He's the creative director at Remedy. He's advertising some brand new coffee from their brand new office, it seems. Sam Lake is a very handsome man, so I think I would buy coffee from him. What about you, man?
You didn't watch the video, did you? You're just skimming through the video, looking at him like sip coffee, right? Is that what it is? Yeah.
I am. I kind of just have a still of his handsome face, and
yeah, he has some good cheekbones. You know what I'm saying?
He does, doesn't he? He truly is Max Payne, though.
Is he as good as the beautiful Koreans?
Oh, I don't know. That's real tough. I mean, he's already disadvantaged by being born Western, so he's doing pretty well for himself, considering.
Well, there you go.
But
since we have no idea what he's talking about.
No, I've got no idea. He's talking about coffee, I think.
George, what is he talking about?
Coffee!
George, would you buy some Remedy coffee?
Yes!
Cool, thank you. That's 2 for 1 we have now on the Yes Society. Right, moving on. Our friends, the Dad and Son friends of Yacht Club Games, have announced a brand new Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight 64. You know, it was inspired by originally the NES limitations and the Super Nintendo and games like Super Mario Bros. 3 and stuff like that. But now it's coming to Commodore 64. Not the Nintendo 64. It's coming to the Commodore 64. The most unpopular computer ever sold. supposedly. So, I mean, looking at these beautiful graphics,
Oh no.
I'm sold.
Oh no.
I'm in. I'm in.
This looks worse.
I mean, if you have fucking bad eyes, yeah, looks great to me. Commodore 64, you know, I'm all about that.
Not bad. Not bad.
It's not the Nintendo 64. A Shovel Knight Nintendo 64. That would have been better.
Yeah, I totally thought it was Nintendo 64. I was expecting to see some 3D art.
I think that's like the double meta they were going for with this April Fool's.
Wow.
So George, bringing back in Mr. Drill.
Oh, hey, no, god damn it! I had my hopes up. For 1 second,
Wow,
the roommate's date night was over. They ran out of batteries. They finished their exercise, and now they're back. They're not. Yeah. They still haven't.
They still got some juice left.
So George, tell us while you're
enjoying yourself.
While you're trying not to listen too intently to Matt's roommate date. Would you be playing the Shovel Knight 64 for the Commodore in your free time over there?
Yes, if I don't kill myself first.
Okay, great. See you again soon. Moving on. Speaking of dates, Capcom are bringing out a brand new, brand new Mega Man game. Oh my god, that's an April Fool's joke in itself.
Oof.
Mega Man. Oh no, I guess Mega Man 11 is a real thing. But Matt.
Yes.
I thought you'd gone as well. I thought we were truly
no,
done.
I'm here. I'm looking at.
I thought that.
Date My Robot
the train wreck
Master.
Truly.
Oh.
Yeah. So like, Matt, have you ever wanted to date your own robot from Mega Man? Like, I know my bae Cutman. I want to date him.
Absolutely. Come on, we talked about.
Are
this
you into like
time.
a dating simulator? I wonder if it's super hard though. Like, you know, traditionally the Mega Man games, they're really hard. They're kind of difficult.
Are really hard.
I wonder if they truly are hard with a capital H. Hard. But do you think you'll struggle to get a date in this game?
I mean, if you struggle, there's always Trash Man, right? There's always Trash. Is there a Trash Man? There's always Trash Man. He's probably like the lowest.
Do you think you're garbage enough for him?
Well, if you can't get if you can't get, no one wants Quick Man. Maybe Quick Man would probably be the first one, the lowest on the bar, right? Because no one wants a Quick Man. You know what I'm saying?
I've Bagsied Cutman.
Cutman.
So he's mine. Don't touch him. Cutman is mine.
I always think about the song "Cut It" every time. But I'm not gonna throw that joke again on this podcast and watch both of you guys say what? What are you talking about?
What,
Matthew?
Is that another one of those Matt references no one understands? I don't know.
Rap music? What is that?
What is that?
Hip
Black
hop?
Panther? Who would see a film about a
didn't
panther?
Will Smith used to rap? Speaking of Will Smith,
I'm not George.
he did a dating video with a robot, with an AI robot. People watch that.
And I mean, maybe that's another promotion for Capcom's Mega Man Date My Robot Master.
What about
George,
Oil Man?
Do robots I know VR makes you horny, but do robots also make you horny?
Mr. Driller does, but no one else.
You don't, George. What about you? Don't want to see Snake Man's snake? Oh my God! There's a hard man
right now. I can't even I have no way to respond to that under these working conditions.
Oh my God! I've just thought of it. We've just thought about it. George is already dating Drill Man.
I have no words.
Bye, George. Thanks for your input.
Oh God.
So moving
man,
on
this long
to
list
what
here.
is possibly
Holy.
we'll skip to the last one, which is my personal favorite of this, and the one I would definitely buy myself, which is Platinum are releasing, and I think they've missed the boat a little bit by making it this person and not someone else. So Platinum are they're releasing a $3 action figure, so kind of like little gacha toys, I guess. They're releasing $3 action figures of their company president, Kenichi Saito. Now, they could have made ones of Hideki Kamiya, which I would have definitely purchased. The wonderful Hideki Kamiya. But nope, you can buy some a variety of different presidential pocket president Satos for $3, and he comes in a variety of different poses, including presidential, feeling wistful, that's probably after Vanquish didn't sell very well, morning stretch, power nap, a little naughty, and he comes in a nice little pink suit there, social climber, and hanging out. Now, I didn't even know who Kenichi Saito was at Platinum, but this is I'd buy this. Matt, what about you?
I have no idea about any of these. I would happily buy some plastic, especially because a little naughty that looks good. That looks good.
He's looking very enticing, and there are 8 different ones to collect, so that tickles my collecting brain. I love collecting stuff. So how about George? George, are you interested in carrying around a little Japanese man with you everywhere you go?
I don't like plastic, only battery-powered silicone.
I thought you were going to say I don't want to carry platinum presidents.
George, it's only
around,
$3.
That's fair enough.
George, it's only $3.
So is a hammer to bash myself with right now.
Well, that's kind of like there was one more April Fool's joke, but it turned out to be real, and no one wants reality on April Fools, so we'll ignore that. But video games industry, this year, not so bad. Not so bad. Some good ones. How do you feel, Matt, after these? Do you feel assaulted?
No. I think...
do you feel tickled?
I think Quickman was very nice. He treated me like a proper lady.
Yeah.
And...
you deserve it.
We had a good night. I would say. So
there you go. That's the April Fool's review for this year. Thanks to our special guest, Mr. Drill, and George for chiming in with his final verdict on the not Bunny Hop show anymore. But how about we listen to some wonderful music all about games and guessing games.
Are we going to be able to...
And let's move into...
with Mr. Drill over there? He can't
Well,
turn himself.
it seems like you've got an advantage.
God, it's quiet.
You've got an advantage this week.
Well, and there he goes.
There he goes. Just like my papa when I was younger.
Papa was a rolling stone. Where he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all you had was the
Maybe Matt. Maybe we do need George after all. Seems we can't do this by ourselves. But I'm going to put you through your paces, Matt. Well, I'm not going to put you through your paces. A brand new listener email has come in with a podcast trivia question for our Guess the Game segment, which will happen after these messages.
I don't think y'all understand me when I tell you I stole anything. What's in this box? I don't know. It's not my business. Briefcase full of fake money. Not my business. This fan used to oscillate. It don't oscillate no more. Oscillated, all gone, right here at Jones' big-ass warehouse and storage facility truck rental. Your mother-in-law kind of skinny. I can fold her up, put her on my back on a bicycle, and bring her down on this motorcycle. Come on down here and bring all you got that you don't want. PVC valve, bees, fleas, CDs from your failed speed metal band. Somebody left a cone. You knew damn well when you dropped that CD, nobody gonna want to buy it. And put it right here in this here building for the low, low price of $10.99 a month. You can't beat that. Hell, you can't feed a kid in Africa for that. You can't stop me. I can only be contained. Nobody can slow me down. Storing shit all over the place. Don't matter to me. I don't give a damn what it is. Bring it on. Go ahead and give me a call or find me on them internets at www.jonesbigasstruckrentalstorage.com. That's JONES bigasstruckrentalstorage.com.
So, jumping back into the brand new Papa and Sean's without the bunny hop extraordinaire of an episode, we have less drill now.
We have an island of silence. Oh, don't jinx it. Don't you fucking jinx it.
Matt, why would you wish such horrors?
Okay, we can't fuck around,
You
guys.
know what happens when George
Dad,
disappears.
squad Delta, assemble. Breach the wall. Clear. Go.
Cool. So, guessing the game this week, Matt, George, you have to put through your paces. I feel like this one might be a little easy. We'll see.
It's never easy.
We'll see. It's never
Especially
easy
with
in
my
this
brain
life.
just being broken right now.
But coming to us live is someone called Araxial.
Whoa.
That's it.
Sounds very
He's called
Kingdom
Araxial.
Hearts.
Yeah, it does a little bit, doesn't
Axel
it?
is the name of
he
the guy,
says-
not Uraxiel.
Oh,
on
Axel.
now.
Sounds like a male strip club.
No, his name's not.
Very different vibe from
Welcome
Araxiel.
to the floor,
Araxiel.
Axel.
Ladies, give
Jesus
a hand.
Christ. So Araxial, he has a few sentences prior, like most emails do. So first, Matt, this is a message to you. When are you going to release your next Guild Wars 2 Pro Stats video?
Son of a gun.
You can't escape.
I don't want it to be a joke. Oh no.
George, after Markiplier released his, when will you release your own Tasteful Nudes calendar?
Oh my God, Markiplier released a Tasteful Nudes calendar? Shit, I gotta get on that then. Jeez, okay.
Must
you just
buy.
wait. I'm gonna play.
Don't avoid the question.
No, I got a
Don't
schedule. All
avoid the
right,
question.
guys, I'm gonna buy some weighted gloves. I'm gonna have like a heavy weighted vest on, and I'm gonna play super hot all spring, all summer. At the end of summer, I'm gonna look like
What just happened?
I'm gonna have a naked snake cosplay ready.
I can't hear you.
I'm gonna be a cute boy, and I don't know about Tasteful Nudes, but I want to try to
Oh no.
be tastefully shirtless enough to do a naked snake cosplay next year at MagFest.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
And now might as well be the time to
I'll
say
do naked Raiden.
Markiplier, your body is going to be nothing compared to the Greek chiseled statue that George is going to be at the end of the summer. You just wait. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to be bikini ready for the beach. I'm going to be knocking everyone's socks off.
Has anyone done Raiden? I want to do Raiden. Like that costume's pretty easy.
Oh,
You just
which
hide
kind
your
of
junk
Raiden?
with your hands, or
Oh,
try to hide your junk
in
with
the Metal
your
Gear
hands.
Solid 2 Raiden. Can you do somersaults though while hiding your junk?
Don't know about that. That defies physics.
Doesn't it require needing a hand on the ground at some point?
At some point, unless
also-
you gain so much momentum of running forward, but he just does it from standing. It's weird.
There's some permanent body mods required to stay faithful to the game model that you might need to be getting fancy. Welcome to the Quality Cast.
It seems my internet felt like it would have a system update while I was talking.
Okay, so we were just asking Matt if he's willing to cut his dick off to cosplay as Raiden at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yes.
Yes? Wow,
Matt, and if
man,
your
you
answer
answered
wasn't
fast.
correct,
No,
yes,
no
of course you would.
qualms.
Yes, absolutely. I don't want to have kids. You know, it's whatever. What is sex? You know?
It's
Being
it's a
Raiden
way to burn
is
calories.
obviously
It is
way
a way
more
to burn
important.
calories.
It's like porn, but real.
A girl. I'm just trying to work out. I'm just
Hey, girl.
trying to work out.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Want to burn some calories together?
Okay. Like I was saying, gotta go fast. Breach Team Bravo, Dad Squad Delta, go. We got Flash and Clear.
Let's get this train
Now that we
back
got
on
Liam back, we gotta
on the show. Cool. All right. Like, so after those wonderful questions, Araxel, you are gonna put our boys through their paces. We're gonna put Dad Delta Squad through the mission, through its VR mission, and we have 5 new clues to guess a game. If you want to send in your suggestions, you've enjoyed this train wreck of a feature on this show, you can send them to dadandsonspodcast@gmail.com. Include a few lines at the beginning of nonsense or messages to me and the boys. And then write 5 clues for a game. Don't try to be obscure or funny. It won't get used. Fuck you.
Oh,
But
gosh.
Coming
Jeez.
this week, we have so many
Stress this
obscure,
week.
nonsensical suggestions sometimes. I don't like reading.
I never read them
effort.
because I'm a good boy.
Yeah, right. No wonder Matt.
I don't think I'm winning, to be fair. I'm pretty sure George is up by at least 1 or 2.
Maybe. Who's keeping count?
I was just
Somebody
about to
is.
say, I think Liam's the only one who keeps count. But maybe I'm wrong,
I have no
too.
idea. I have no idea. I feel in my gut that Matt has got the most right, but then... But
And
then
we
who
can't have
listens
that,
to George?
can we?
I don't know.
Oh.
Okay,
no.
okay.
Keep the
I'm
brother
just
down.
waiting for the drilling to begin as soon as you describe the first clue. So let's,
That's true. Let's do it. So the first clue on our list is this game is a reboot and was released in 2012 on PC, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3.
I have a guess.
The developers' previous 2 games were combat flight simulators.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, maybe I don't have a guess.
I was going to do Banjo-Kazooie, like, real quick, but... Nuts and bolts.
Nuts and bolts.
Should I?
Quick fact, actually, my first ever sort of media job as an intern at GameSpot was making preview videos for this game.
Interesting.
Ba-pow.
Okay, I have a guess. Is
Go
it
on.
Tomb
You only get
Raider
one.
2013? Oh,
No.
Well, next.
Moving
Efficiency.
on. Matt,
Shoot. I
shoot.
got nothing.
okay. Number 2. Fucking number 2, that's an easy clue. Let's put that down a little bit. Number 2, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Okay, so is it a...
A Star Wars reference?
Yeah, so now I like this. It's cryptic. I have to think if that means it's a Star Wars game or if that means it's a bad prequel reboot. And I don't remember a lot of good Star Wars games coming out in 2013. That's when the franchise was kind of in limbo between ownerships. Maybe it's a Disney thing. Maybe it's a Disney property. What could that mean? Oh, maybe it takes place in a desert.
Was there...
Maybe.
There's no... I can't remember any X-Wing games.
I feel like now I'm even less sure of my guesses than I was last time. Sand gets a Star Wars reboot, 2013, multi-platform. Previous developer made flight sims. Maybe there was this. Was there? I don't remember a Star Wars flying game in 2013. I really don't, but that sounds like what we're getting at here.
Shoot, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have a guess for this clue. I'm more confused than I was one clue ago.
Well, we'll move on to clue number 3 then, which is terminate the Colonel. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
What?
Oh, wait, reboot. Oh, I don't know what sand would have to do with my next guess, but I have a guess. Terminate the Colonel with extreme. Is it like a military, a Call of Duty thing? I mean, I was gonna throw out. Can I throw out my guess?
You
Metal
can.
Gear Rising: Revengeance? No.
No.
A Star Wars reference was in there.
I mean, the reference, the context is not what's important. Like, that's all I'll say. Like, it has keywords in both of those. And
Terminate Colonel Sand. Colonel Sanders. Colonel.
Now we're talking.
Maybe there's a secret mix of herbs and spices. Let's see. Colonel Sanders was.
George, remember, you have already guessed this.
I have. I'm just thinking out
anything
loud.
you say will go immediately to Matt.
I am ready to take that hit. We don't have many clues left.
So like a
terminating
mix
the colonel.
Kernel. Maybe it's like the computer term, like an OS, a kernel.
No, it's a kernel. Spelled C-O-L-O-N-E-E-L.
Colonel.
Colonel, yeah.
Disney Infinity.
Good guess, Matt, but I'm sorry it's wrong.
I got Star Wars in there, right?
So the Terminate with Extreme Prejudice is a line from Apocalypse Now. So bear that in mind.
Oh.
Number 4, actually. So clue number 4. It's a third-person military shooter in which you play as a white.
Oh, you do. Ooh. That
every
certainly
shooter
doesn't
out
narrow
there.
it down, but I know what it is. That was a very, very liberal clue. There's a lot that could fit that. It was a very generous clue, one that applies to many, many games. However, I know exactly which one. Like, it's even hard.
Okay. So
Go ahead,
Liam, you
George.
gave it away. You said that was an Apocalypse Now reference. And to date, the only critically, if not commercially successful Apocalypse Now video gamification was Spec Ops: The Line, which came out in 2013
bingo bango
for multiple platforms
Spec Ops:
by
The
a
Line.
little-known developer who I know did a really weird sci-fi space flight game in the original Xbox way back in 2002. But it was Apocalypse Now that gave it away.
There you go. Spec Ops: The Line is the correct answer. Well done,
Never
George.
played it. I always saw it, and
don't
I heard it had some
have to.
real, a different way of telling the story.
It's worth a
discussion, but it's kind of a slog to go through. IMO.
But the last clue was due to the game being an all allegory about morality and choice in video games and its addressing of real-life issues like PTSD and U.S. military ventures, it became a darling of academic video game writing. It seems like this Araxiel has maybe a little bit of a problem. But I did like the cryptic clues.
I
was
like
good.
the cryptic clues. Sand. There's a lot of sand in that game, and it gets everywhere.
There is. It's based in a desert.
So
It's based in Dubai.
we were led a little astray by the Star Wars, but I did suspect there might have been a desert setting involved.
I mean, that has sand, so yes.
I guess maybe we should start with the cryptic clues
George,
first.
you are this week's...
Whoa!
Well, that's what I did.
Yay, I feel
But
so good.
if you are interested in giving us some guess the game clues for George and Matt to torture themselves over, Matt to sound more disinterested at anything you've ever written.
As if I don't have enough
I'm so
torture.
interested. Guys, keep sending in. It's great. This is great. This is great. I played every game known to man. I'm going to get this every single time.
Yeah, it's true.
12 games a day come out on Steam. In 5 years, we're not going to be able to guess any games. There's going to be too many.
That's true. But keep sending your clues in anyway to dadandsonspodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to add a few lines of nonsense or pictures to begin with, so George can't sneak a peek at what the answer is or the clues. And also, if you want to do something fun and funky with your clues, like Araxiel did, and have some cryptic ones, go ahead and do it. And we'll see what kind of train wreck continues on this show.
Thanks for sending in your mail, guys. We'll do questions next week. Until then, I hope that the Mr. Driller that left his toys on in the other room was not too bad.
He ran out of batteries, I guess.
It seems. Although I'm just waiting for it to like start back up again. Any minute now.
The drill man cometh. He cometh for you, George. The drill man cometh, George.
No, God damn it!